every stacker has their own story or own reason for why they became a stacker. Some just like uh, developing or creating an asset that they can see and touch. Some people like the collectability of it. Some people like the prestige or allure of owning precious metals like gold, silver, platinum. There's just all kinds of reasons why people choose to stack. And some are worried about, as from a prepping point of view, in case there's an economic or financial collapse. Some people like it because it's a hedge against inflation. But my story is a little bit different. Uh, just a few years ago, I had a serious health condition where uh, things changed for me when it came to the purchase of life insurance. Okay, before the health condition, I could get life insurance for pennies, pennies per thousand. All right, and now afterwards, it's dollars and dollars per thousand. So I'm not uninsurable. It's just that it became prohibitively expensive for me to get the same amount of coverage for what I was paying before. So what could I do? What could I do? Well, could I save it in cash? Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. But if there's severe inflation, that cash may not be worth, or that cash couldn't buy what it once used to. If you do purchase one of those policies, like the one Alex Trebek used to sell, those are good plans. Don't get me wrong; those are good plans, especially if you can't get life insurance any other way. But the month you stop making your premium, you lose it all, and you got to start all over again. All right. Also, if you were to save it through something like equities, the stock market or other currencies, there's all kinds of risks there: market risk, credit risk, system risk. The money may not be there when you need it the most. All right, so you have to worry about that. You could try something like real estate or fine watches, but those have their own set of uh, problems. Whether it's taxes, whether it's homeowners fees, whether it's maintenance, theft, whatever it is, damage of some kind that could turn a $20,000 watch into $20 worth of glass and springs and gears. Why it's just there's a lot of risk in some of those assets. So the only thing I was really left with that I could think of was precious metals. And so rather than give $100 a month to an insurance company, I started buying silver coins. And during the first few months, you wonder why you're doing this, because you look in your box or drawer or wherever you store them, your safe, and you only have a handful of coins to show for what you've been doing. Also, you gotta appease your wife because they're going to think, why are you buying all those coins? Why are you doing that? Why are you this? You're crazy. And I don't think that women are opposed to it. It's just they don't understand it. And it's not that they don't understand it. It's just they don't like to think about it because it involves the death of you and what's going to happen next. And so they don't like to think about life insurance or some kind of uh, pile of money that they can use to continue once you're gone. And so that's why they don't like to understand it. They don't like to think about it. They don't like to talk about it. They don't like preparing for it. And it's not sexist. It's just, I think it's just a normal human reaction, why they feel that way. But I want to let the world know that I'm doing what I can as a husband and a father to make sure that there's money for your wives and families to continue, uh, once you're gone, should you meet an unfortunate demise. Okay? Untimely demise, I guess, is the correct expression. So, are there other reasons to own precious metals? Sure. Do I think they're a good hedge against inflation? I'd say they're a decent hedge against inflation. The problem is that some days They're either lagging way behind or they're surging way ahead of inflation. So from a day-to-day, short-term basis, it may not be as good as a hedge as you want it to be, but it will be over the long run. Do I think it's protection against a financial or economic collapse? And I would say no if you're thinking of it in terms of barter. Will it be a barter? Will we ever enter a pure barter economy where all we have are hunks of metal to uh, hand back and forth whenever we need something? I don't think it's going to come to that. I think there will always be some form of fiat currency, whether it's a paper bills or whether it's uh, electronic digital currency, central bank digital currency. I think we'll have one or either, maybe both of those in the future. Can precious metals exist alongside those other forms of fiat? Sure, it's happening now, but that may be the best use of your uh, stack, is that you can convert it into whatever currency happens to be in use at the time. All right, do I think that it's good from a collection point? If you pick it up at the right price, if you pick up the right coins at the right price at the right time, sure, I think it can appreciate over time as a collection. But that takes a lot of specialized knowledge and patience, and of course, it takes more cash because those sell at much bigger premiums. But that's why I'm stacking silver. I need to have something uh, in the event of my untimely demise that my wife and family can use, to help maintain their standard of living. Luckily, I was in a job early on where I could purchase life insurance through my work, so I was able to get a sizable amount that way. But now that my stack has become bigger and bigger, but I don't have to worry if I should ever lose that life insurance protection through a job. All right, well, great. Well, thanks for listening to me talk about my stack. This is Ocotillo Mining Company. Now, we're your source for premium gold and silver bullion coins. And remember, if it's not worth owning, we don't sell it.